Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing this gorga day? And gorga means gorgeous for those who don't understand my lingo, which I don't either. Anyways, guys, I'm actually really excited for today's video. I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to keep your makeup on a little bit longer when wearing a face mask. You know, it's a really scary time, you know, with COVID-19 out here running amok. It's a hard time. It's a hard time for a lot of us. And I wanted to dedicate this video to all the healthcare workers out there who are just on the front lines fighting this fight and doing it for us to be okay. And you know I'm not an essential worker. I'm not a healthcare worker. I'm not out there on the front lines fighting this virus. You know, I don't know anything about it in that way. But what I can do is hopefully bring a smile to you guys, a laugh in this hard time. And I just feel like I want to do my part and teach you guys, if you guys would like, how to keep your makeup on a little bit longer. If you are wearing makeup at, you know, work, and I know how hot it gets underneath these things, and I just thought it would be kind of nice to do something for you guys, you know, because you guys are doing so much for the rest of the world. And you know, that goes for all workers, not just healthcare workers. That goes for all essential workers, you know, people that are working at the post office, people that are working at the grocery store, fast food places, people that are still working right now. We appreciate you so much. You know, we really do. And I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I really do. So, you know, in California, it's mandated now to wear a mask if you're going out and about. And so I thought I would just show you guys to keep your makeup on a little bit longer if you guys would like that. You know, I know this is kind of trivial. It's not curing anything. It's not curing anyone, you know, and I'm well aware of that. You know, all I can really do is stay home, stay quarantined, you know, be responsible, not go outside and hang out with people, you know, and that's what I'm doing. And I hope you guys are doing that too. You know, this is also like, this video in a way is a PSA for those who aren't taking COVID-19 as serious as you should. And I really hope you guys are, because it is really important for us to be smart in this time. Make smart decisions. Don't be going out all the time if you don't have to. You know, run essential errands if you have to. Be smart so that the healthcare workers out there don't have to continuously leave their families to go fight this fight and be quarantined from them. And, you know, think about them. Think about parents who are sleeping in their car to avoid going into their house and potentially infecting their families because they're working at the hospital still. So please just be aware of that, be smart about it, and, you know, do the right thing and do your part. And that means doing what you can to lessen the spread of this disease and this virus. So yeah, that's what today's video is gonna be. As always, if you guys like this video, if you guys like me, please don't fucking watch it, chill with that. But if you guys do want to know how to keep your makeup on lasting a little bit longer wearing these bad boys, keep on watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I have nothing on my skin right now, obviously. I only have some eye cream, but that's it. Because I wanted to do just some methods of how I'm gonna keep my makeup on longer throughout the day, and therefore longer for you guys when wearing these masks, and what kind of products I think you guys should use when wearing them to keep your makeup on a little bit longer. So these are the little masks I have. These are the ones I'm gonna be wearing. It's a funny little story about these masks, actually. These I got from Etsy weeks and weeks ago, actually, because I was going to London for VidCon London. You know, like when you're breathing in that plain air, like it makes your throat like really dry. I wanted to have this so I can like kind of rebreathe into my own self. So the fact that I have a couple of these masks, like I got like a small pack, is great, because I never would have thought that we would need them the way we do now. So it's really helpful that I do have these masks, but these are the ones I have. I just want to explain why I have this mask. But let's go ahead and start on how to keep our makeup on longer. So you guys, when we're wearing this mask, let me put it on the way I need to put it on. So the little bendy part should go at the top so it can like kind of fold into your nose and just be as secure as possible, right? So when we're wearing the mask, the fabric that's actually going to be touching us is going to be in this area, right? Right here on our cheeks, and especially on our nose. A lot of the time, the nose area is like what's like fucked over the most when we're wearing masks, right? So we're thinking about the upper part of our face, right here, nose, cheeks, a little bit, you know, is obviously put down here, but you know, I'm not as worried about that area because it's not shown as much on our face, right? So when you're looking at someone's face, you're automatically going towards the center of their face, just human nature, that's what we're doing. You know, our eyes just gravitate towards the center. So this area, it's not as much of a concern for me as the top area is, okay? So that's what we're gonna really focus on. But of course, you know, the same tips and tricks that I'm using on the top, I'm gonna be using on the bottom as well, just to let you guys know. So I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize my skin. I'm actually gonna be using the method, you guys, that we used in that TikTok video, the one to keep our makeup on longer. That's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. So I'm gonna be taking this Marc Jacobs Youth Quake Hydra Full Extreme Moisturizer. But because I'm gonna be using products and like setting our face and doing things for longevity, I'm gonna be using a nice moisturizer that's really hydrating as a base so that my face doesn't like crack and crumble, you know, especially if you're drier in complexion. You want to use a moisturizer that's really hydrating and really gonna kind of help with, you know, combating the powders that we're gonna be using later on in mattifying things to keep our makeup on a lot longer. I love this moisturizer so much. I've gone through two. So I'm gonna go and just press that into the skin. And we're gonna go ahead and actually set that barrier with a translucent powder. Very lightly, very, very lightly. This, of course, is that TikTok trick, you know, from Jordan Liberty, who, you know, when you set your moisturizer in place, I'm just gonna lightly set it. It's gonna create a nice barrier to keep that moisturizer in and not let it mix with the primer and foundation that you're wearing underneath. It's just gonna be a nice, helpful barrier to keep our makeup on. And we're just gonna lightly set. And any translucent powder works with this, you guys. Any translucent powder works absolutely fine. Also have a little pimple there. Okay, so now we're set, we're more mattified. Now we're gonna go in with a setting spray to lock in this moisturizer and kind of bring more lightness to it. I'm pretty matte right now with the powder that's set on my face. So this is gonna be one of those steps that's gonna be really, really helpful for us. So we're gonna go ahead and solidify and lock in the moisturizer and powder underneath first. But we're gonna be using a all-nighter setting spray or some type of like longevity setting spray that's going to keep our makeup on longer. This one I'm gonna be using is from Urban Decay. There are tons of different setting sprays out there. There's affordable ones. Even the Milani Make It Last is really, really great. But I'm gonna use my Urban Decay all-nighter, just doing a quick couple spritz to kind of bring some lifeness back to the skin. So now we're gonna go in with our primer. And you guys, for me, what I would suggest using primer-wise is going to be something that's really sticky. And it's gonna keep it on and like really lock in that foundation and grip it. What the fuck is grip it? It's going to really grip that foundation and keep it on our face a lot longer. So what I'm gonna be using is gonna be the Milk Hydro Primer. This is great because it's so fucking sticky. It's sticky as fuck. It's shocking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just put that into the skin and really patting it in, and you guys, it's literally like glue. But that's gonna be really great because it's gonna be helping us with longevity and it's gonna keep our makeup on our face rather than the mask. So that's exactly what we're going for, right? So we're gonna keep our base of our face really sticky, which is gonna be really, really helpful because now at least when I go in with my foundation, it's going to really stick. So now that we've primed, we're gonna go in with foundation. And foundation that I would suggest when doing something like this, I know a lot of you guys will wanna just go in with like more natural foundation and more like sheer coverage and just like kind of like lifelike, airy kind of vibes. That's not gonna be the best for longevity when it comes to a mask. You know, if you're not setting your face and you're putting a mask on, the product will get picked up on the mask because it's a fibrous material, it's fabric. It's gonna literally lift off because this is drier than your skin is, so it's gonna wanna peel off, you know what I mean? So what we wanna do is we wanna really lock in the foundation with powders and maybe longer lasting foundations. So what I would suggest is using the KVD Vegan Beauty Lock It Foundation. Any foundation that is long wear works for this, you guys. You guys do not need to have this one specifically. Estee Lauder Double Wear is fantastic for longevity. MAC Pro Long Wear. L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible, you know. Ooh, oh my gosh, Maybelline Superstay. These kind of long-lasting foundations are really gonna be our best friend in this situation because we want it to really stick to the skin. And also, a lot of the times, they're a lot more full coverage. And full coverage, when you're wearing a mask, like it's a little bit more forgiving because if it like moves around underneath there a little bit, like at least you have more of a barrier and more coverage to kind of make it look like, oh, well, maybe it's not gone completely because it's not a sheer foundation. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of this, I'm gonna take a pump of this. You guys, honestly, it just depends on how much you wanna go in with. It's a personal preference. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with a pump so far, and I'm really gonna concentrate that onto my cheeks. This foundation is great because it really dries down nicely matte, and it lasts like a she lasts like a motherfucker. Is it really my color? No, not really. It's a little bit more golden than I should be. But for the sake of this video, this is the only color I have. So I'm using it. And I'm just taking this on a brush. You guys, I'm using a brush for this for now because I feel like it deposits the most amount of product. And that's kind of what we want right now. We want it to have a nice amount of product on our skin. And of course, again, really focusing and packing it on the nose to make sure it's really set in place and just solidified in there. Now I'm gonna take our beauty blender. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the sponge and I'm just gonna kind of press that in and just kind of go over the rest of the face so it doesn't look like there's any streaks. And it's to kind of help melt in the foundation a little bit better and not look so like, you know, cakey and creasy and whatnot. So I just like applying it and just blending with a sponge afterwards. Again, like I said, this is personal preference. You can apply how much you want, how little you want. This is just gonna be helpful for keeping our makeup on a little bit longer and really focusing on the higher points of our face that the mask is actually gonna be touching. So that's the important part too. So as you can see, you guys, we're pretty full coverage right now, but our skin is looking still really nice. It's still really fresh and dewy looking. And you know, obviously those steps underneath, using the setting spray, using the powder technique, the moisturizer, you know, this is gonna all be really nice for keeping our makeup still as lifelike as possible, but still longevity based. So that's what we have right now. What do you think? I think it looks pretty cute. Any concealer, you guys, that you like is gonna be fine because really the concealer is gonna be staying up here mostly. It's not gonna be making the biggest difference. However, if you're putting it on your nose, it will make a difference. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Tarte Shape Tape. It has really, really great longevity, and it's just one of my go-to concealers that I really do enjoy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some here, and I am gonna be putting it on my nose, so that's why I wanted to use more of a full coverage, longevity-based concealer. I'm just gonna put it everywhere I usually put concealer, because that's like what I do. Whatever concealer that you like that lasts nicely, that will kind of dry down on its own, that's kind of what you want. So I'm gonna go and just blend that bad bitch out. So now we're creating another barrier on our cheeks. So for example, when the mask is laying here, not only do we have our primer, our setting spray, our foundation, and now we have concealer to really kind of help keep it on our skin. And that's not even it. We're not done yet, obviously. So this, of course, you guys, this is gonna be a routine that it might take a little bit longer, but I promise you that this really will make a difference. How it lasts on your skin and how it lasts underneath a mask. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set our face. And we can set it however way you want. You guys wanna set it heavily, you can. Usually, you guys, the more powder that our face has, the more it's gonna soak into our skin and the more longevity it's gonna have when it comes to our face and our base. So that is a way that I personally like to use powder. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a powder. This one is the NIKKIA Joy one, and I really like it. It's really, really nice. It finally came in the mail. I'm gonna go ahead and use our wet sponge because I feel like it helps melt in the powder a little bit better. I'm gonna lightly just press over our under eye right here on both sides and taking that pretty low. We're taking that actually pretty low onto the cheeks and we're setting all over our cheekbone. But when it comes to the nose, I'm gonna go a little bit more ham on the nose because I feel like the nose is what hits the mask the most. So I'm gonna take that sponge and I'm gonna go ahead and put the powder on our nose. Any translucent powder works, you guys. So I'm gonna go and actually leave that on the nose and let it kind of cook and settle into the skin. This is like an old, obviously, drag trick that basically what happens is you put translucent powder on your skin, that starts to absorb into the skin and it starts to fall into your pores and you get like little, like tiny little balls on your face. But that's how makeup lasts longer because it's cooking. That's like the whole term of cooking, right? It's setting into the skin. It's using time as like our friend to literally have that makeup soak in a little bit deeper into the layers of our skin. So luckily we have those like protective barriers that we have going on first. We have our moisturizer. We have these layers that are going on that are really, really can help with taking care of our skin and making sure it's still moisturized underneath all this powder. But you know, this is gonna be really, really nice for longevity. So we're gonna let that sit into the skin and just kind of let it cook there for like maybe 5 minutes or, you know, however long you want. I would probably do it for about 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna take that translucent powder and dust it on the perimeters of my face so I don't look as powdery and crazy on the perimeters of the face, of course. And while that's going, you guys, while that's sitting to the skin, you don't have to just sit there and wait and just like, I have to go to work, you know? You don't have to do that. You can just move on to another part of your face. If you want to just do your brows at this time, if you guys want to start on your eyes, you can do whatever you want during this time of the baking and the cooking and the setting into the skin. Okay, 5 minutes has passed. I'm just gonna lightly dust off that layer. Cool, so this is what we have so far. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and apply blush, bronzer, highlighter, whatever we want to apply. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more spritz of all-nighter between those layers. So I'm gonna do this. A very light layer, guys. You don't need a lot, just a little bit of something just to kind of bring some lightness back to the skin. Take away that kind of powdery appearance before you go in with more powders if you guys want to go with more powders. I'm gonna go ahead and apply bronzer, blush, and highlighter off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have some bronzer, blush, and highlighter on the skin right now. My face, she's pretty set. She's matte. She is locked and loaded. I promise you guys, this face isn't going anywhere. So by the way, you guys, I know that there's other ways to do something like this. For me, this method is what's gonna be the easiest and the quickest to do when it comes to keeping our makeup on longer than usual. I applied my blush, bronzer, and highlighter. And I'm gonna actually do it as our last step. We're gonna do one, before, like when we're done with our face makeup, we're gonna do another spritz, the all-nighter. And I know it seems repetitive, but I promise you guys, like it will make the biggest difference in the world. So we're gonna do one more spritz. And this time I'm gonna go a little bit heavier with it and just do like 5 spritz, like that. Put that in, let that settle. And then you want it to really make sure that that is fully dry. So when our face is wet, I'm gonna do this last step. One more thing, just on the areas that's gonna be specifically touching the mask. So what I'll do is I get a little bit more of that loose powder and a sponge, a very little amount, like, and I'll go ahead and go over that one more time, very lightly on the areas that will specifically be touching the mask. Very little amount of powder so it doesn't look like it's like cakey or heavy at all, but just to set in that all-nighter one more time. But this place, I don't mind this area being matte anyway because that's gonna be covered, so I actually want that to stay a little bit more matte than usual. So now I'm actually gonna go ahead and move on to the lips. So what I'm gonna do now, you guys, I'm gonna do a little bit of a method that I like to do when I'm doing longevity on the lips, and I think this will really, really, really work nicely for when you're wearing a mask. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a lip balm. Any lip balm works fine. This is the one from Milk. I'm gonna go ahead and put that lip balm on our lips. This is gonna help for prevention of dryness because they will get dry. This is just gonna be a method that I would suggest if you guys want to wear lipstick underneath and keep that lipstick on as long as possible. So I'm gonna put lip balm on, kind of pat off the excess in case there's a lot. Taking that powder, set the lip balm. Set the lip balm. I'm telling you. So after you lightly set that lip balm, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a lip liner. Any lip liner works great. I'm gonna suggest you guys for this kind of situation, wearing nude lipsticks. I know if you're not a nude lipstick kind of girl, I'm sorry, but I really think that if like a nude smears on your mouth, it's not as bad as a red smearing. So we're gonna just kind of use that as our guide and our little tips and tricks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our lip liner. This is from Morphe. This is Backseat Love. And I'm gonna go ahead and lip line over our set lip balm. And this is actually gonna go all over our lips, everywhere. It's almost like fill in the whole lip with the lip liner. This is gonna create a creamy barrier that's not fully matte, but still stays really, really nicely because it's a lip liner. Okay, cool, so now we have our lip liner on and it's in place. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a liquid lipstick, and this is gonna be obviously our longevity step. This is going to, of course, keep our lipstick on, and I'm gonna suggest a liquid lipstick that is a little bit more on the drying side, which is why we went underneath with that lip balm and more of a creamy lip liner to help with the moisturization of our lips. We still want them to stay moisturized and hydrated as much as we possibly can, but with longevity with the lipstick. So what I'm gonna suggest is like an Anastasia liquid lipstick, any kind of liquid lipstick that will actually last on your skin. The Kylie lipsticks will last. Smashbox, there's so many liquid lipsticks out there that will last. I would not suggest wearing the Lunar Beauty ones on this situation because mine are a comfort matte formula. You know, I'm actually going for matte with this look. Comfort matte is not the way to go right now. You want to stick something that will actually dry down completely matte. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Anastasia liquid lipstick in Stripped as our final step. So this can dry down completely. There's this brand, I think it's called like Lip Science, Lip Surgeons, Lip something, and it's like a liquid lipstick that stays on like crazy. I don't know, I don't remember what it's called, but that would be a great solution if you guys want to wear more of a brighter color because those brights don't leave. And this will dry down completely matte, but it won't feel as drying as if you went in just with the liquid lipstick because we do have that layering. We do have creamier products. We have a lip balm underneath, truly on our lips as our barrier between the liquid lipstick and our actual lip. So that's it, you guys. That's it for my recommendations when it comes to makeup. I really feel like our makeup still looks stunning. It's of course a little bit more full coverage. It's a little bit more sucked into the skin. It's a lot more like snatch. Like I can feel the makeup more on my skin than I usually can because we did do a lot of layering, but I really do feel like that is what's going to help our makeup last with a mask on, you know what I mean? I also want to say thank you to the nurses that suggested me doing this on Twitter. I got a couple tweets from you guys saying recommend something for us nurses out there who want to wear makeup but can't keep their makeup on with a mask. So I just want to say thank you for recommending it and thank you for all that you do for us, for the nation, and for the world, really. It's absolutely incredible what you do, and I'm so thankful for all the healthcare workers out there who are putting their lives on the line for us. I'm gonna put this little bad bitch on. The part that's hitting it the most is my nose, and that's why I'm so happy that we really baked and set the nose in place because this is gonna be the part that's gonna be coming off the most. I can already feel it on my nose right now. As I'm talking, it's like it's like running on my nose. But yeah, you guys, this is what I really would recommend. As you can see, the nose, she's still there, even though it's been rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. And also, you guys, I am suggesting these things like the best that I can, the best in my mind that I really think that these could work. But at the end of the day, you are putting a piece of fabric or cloth or something on your face, and constant friction and constant rubbing and constant heat in that area will take off your makeup regardless. It will take it off no matter what. Like, it's just gonna happen. I'm sorry. It's just like how life works. But, you know, these methods will keep it on a little bit longer, and hopefully it will help with the longevity of the makeup that you're wearing already. So that is just my personal suggestion, and that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something from it. I just want to thank you again for everyone out there who puts their lives on the line for people, because it takes a special kind of person to be able to do that, you know? And my mom's a nurse, and I saw how hard she worked to get her RN license, and she's just that kind of person, you know? She's very loving and caring and just wants to help people, and I love her for that so much. And for those of you out there who do the same thing for others, thank you. Like, thank you so much. And it doesn't have to be just a healthcare worker, you know? Anyone out there who is continuously working through this pandemic is just hats off to you guys, truly, because you guys are making the world bearable. You're making it more bearable in this time. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And I hope that this video can bring some light on something, some joy, some idea of what potentially could help keeping your makeup on a little bit longer might look like. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of the night or day wherever you guys are, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, I love you. Mwah. You made me. The setting spray works great. Zaya! Quiet! I can close the door. The fuck is that? The fuck is that little fucking thing? And the cheeks. Oh my god, fucking Tinder, dude.